Welcome to the nursery. This room looks a mess. Like, I have, if you've watched any of my other renovation videos, it's kind of much the same theme, but this one I've actually stripped the lining paper and I was fairly shocked by the walls underneath it. Like, the wall behind me actually isn't in terrible condition. I'll pull back so you can sort of see. There are a few bits that have been refilled, like down there, and obviously at some point the ceiling has been replastered and the plaster has come down onto the wall, which is fine, no big deal at all. You know, in the corners and stuff, there are like cracks and holes, but it's nothing too major. This wall was put up on the 24th of November 1988. This wall, however, not in quite good, not quite in such good condition. We have like, obviously at some point there was some major catastrophe in this area, so there's new plaster all along here and all along there, and this stuff just, I don't know if you can see on my camera, it just bends when I push it. It just bows and bends and it feels like there's nothing behind it. So the plasterer is coming quite soon to do this room, and I don't know what he's going to say because that wall's a mess. We are also going to be changing the windows in here. Now, if you've seen the other videos, the front of the house, in fact I'll show you right now, we've got these bay windows in both this bedroom here and downstairs at the front of the house. Now these are going to be replaced with replicas of the original, so they're going to be like wooden windows because they can then do the arch thing, but they're very expensive to do that way. Now the other windows, like in the rest of the house, face the back of the house, so no one can really see them, and they are just squares, so I'm going to replace them with like plastic UPVC windows. If you're a window person, you'll shudder at that, but honestly, you could never tell the difference unless you are a window person, and they are about a third of the price. Slight problem though with the windows, they need replacing because they're very old and very knackered, but because they've been there for too long, they're no longer airtight or no longer watertight, so water has been let in. And as you can see, when they pull the window out, they're also going to take out a lot of this. I mean, I could pull that away with my fingers, I don't really want to, but you know, like just with a little poke, it all starts coming that away. So when the windows get replaced, it's going to do a lot of damage to the wall that you can see up here. I can't reach to show you, but when I was poking around up there the other day, it's just a real mess. So I will be intrigued to see what happens. The people who replace the windows say that they will make the walls good again within reason. Obviously they are, you know, they'll replace the windows and then put like a layer of something skimming on top. But if your wall falls down, they're not going to build you a new wall. So yes, I'll keep you posted. Big news, everybody. It is kicking off in the nursery. You probably remember, actually, because it was a few seconds ago for you in this video, I showed you the state of the walls. Now, the plasterers are in, they haven't done this wall, and they won't do this wall until the window gets replaced, because I think it's just going to crumble. But, they also haven't done the fireplace here. But, these walls are done, and they look so smooth. This is, I know this is not a big thing, but it's a big moment for me because the plasterers are doing most of the rooms in the house, so they're going to be here for about like 10 days or so, just doing everything, and I feel so relieved. It's really weird. If you've ever been in a room that's being plastered, it's wet, like the air in the room is wet, and it's humid and it's like sticky because obviously there's so much water in it, but it's my new favourite smell. It's my new favourite humidity because we are making progress. One thing we have done is we put a light up here. I can't turn the light on because the electricians have taken the light switches and the plugs down. That's what these holes are, because obviously the plasterers need to be able to get to it. But it's cute and actually will fit the sort of safari jungle theme we're going for. Okay. Big job in the nursery today. Unfortunately, the big job is on that wall there. Hang on, let me kind of climb over the treacherous entryway. So, we are having the wallpaper put on this wall here, but that does mean that all of this stuff in here has to move. Now the plaster is done up here, so my job today is to remove the floor protector and to remove all of this stuff out of this room so that the wallpaper man, who's coming in about an hour, can have access to this. So I ended up not moving everything out of here. I've just shifted it against the other wall, but the wallpaper looks great. I don't know how far back I can get. Yeah, all right, the bed's in the way, so I can't show you the whole thing in one frame. But look how nice it looks. I've sent Sarah a picture and she's obsessed. Our baby's gonna love it.
Hello. Oh, this is exciting. Another Sarah takeover. We are in my favourite room of the house, the nursery, and we are getting ready to paint. I have got my best friend, she's just next door. We are starting to prep, and then our other best friend is joining us tomorrow, and we're doing a full day of painting. I'm so excited. I've never been so excited to paint a room before. Ooh! So this is our mural, which I ordered online from a really lovely independent brand called Monks and Me, which is a lovely woman who paints these. I think she scans them in and then prints them as a wallpaper. So this was originally just mainly like all of the foliage. And I said, because I wanted it for a little girl and I wanted it kind of jungle themed, she's added in a flamingo. We've got some birds, a monkey, and we are going, so as you can kind of see, if I move back out, you might get an idea of my feature colour, which is pink. We are working with Lick Paint. Jim is really good friends with a lovely PR who looks after Lick, and they have been helping us. So we have picked Pink 01. It's quite a lighter pink, it's a bit like dusty. I didn't want anything too bubblegum, and that's kind of why I went for this wallpaper as well, because I felt like a lot of kids stuff can be really cutesy or it can be really like sickly sweet, and I didn't want anything too extreme. Also, I'm sure Jim will say in this, we really don't want to like play on all the gender roles for our little girl, which is clearly why I've gone for pink, I know. But I was thinking when we were looking, I was like, I don't want to go like so extreme in your face pink that it's like, oh my God, we're having a girl, it's pink. So I really like that this is a much more like toned down, it's way more muted. And then the rest of the accents in the room is going to be jungly themed. Here we go. Hannah's stirring the paint, ready to do our misting layer. I'm going to be honest, there's Hannah here. Hello. So I'm going to be honest, I have to have my friends help me because I'm so bad at DIY. So we're doing the first layer, which is like a misting layer of the walls, and then we're going to go in and paint it properly. So I will show you progress, although it's getting a little bit dark in here, so maybe I'll show you some more tomorrow when it's a bit brighter and you can really see the colour. So it is now just gone 6:30, and I think we started at like maybe midday, Hannah? Maybe 1 o'clock? Yeah. And we have pretty much done the whole of, all of the walls and the ceiling, and now we are just gonna wait for it to dry, and tomorrow actually I think it'll just be me tomorrow. It should be fun. I'm gonna sit on my tummy because I can't do anything high up. That's why Hannah's here doing all the stuff on the ladder, because I'm banned from getting on the ladder. I wanted to, but I'm not allowed. So I'm going to be scooching around on my bum doing all of the skirting boards, which you can kind of all see down here, which I said is a bit of a darker colour. I don't know if this will come up on film, so I'll film it when it's dry and maybe you can see the difference. But I tried to send a picture to Jim earlier to show him our progress, and he was like, it just looks white. But in person you can see that it is pink. We've had the beats on, haven't we, Han? Yeah. We've had some music on, we've been pumping the tunes out, and I have to say, like, my two best friends, they have been absolute superstars. I mean, my best friend who's standing over there is a little bit hungover today. She may have gone to bed late and had a few drinks with some friends. And my other best friend who's gone home is actually doing her own house renovation at the moment, but because she knows that I'm getting closer to popping and a little bit like, I just want my nursery done, God bless her, she came, did a few hours with us, only to then go home and then paint her own bathroom. So yeah, my baby has some very, very lovely aunts, what would you call yourself?
Honorary aunties.
Honorary aunties. So yeah, shout out to having good friends. And that's kind of us for the day, really. We're calling it a day, and I think hopefully tomorrow Jim's home.
I'm back. I don't know if Sarah told you where I was. I was at my sister's wedding. Sarah didn't go because obviously she's not vaccinated, and there was a lot of people all in one place, so safer for just me to go. I'm fully vaccinated. I've done my tests either side of the event and I'm clear, so I'm back home. Sarah and her friends have done a really wonderful job in this room. I don't know what you've seen or what you haven't seen, because obviously I left the camera with her, but the colours look beautiful. I think on camera it looks very, very white. Actually in person it's a little more pink, but it's a very nice sort of grey, subtle pink.
I filmed it yesterday and I was like, oh, it just looks white. You've got nothing.
Right.
Trust me, it looks great.
Yeah, it's really nice. And you might be able to tell a little more from the... In fact, look, I'll show you maybe on the tin here. You can sort of see the difference. That's white, and that's obviously the colour. So it is a very subtle sort of like... There's lots of grey in the pink to make it less bubblegum. But actually, then we've got pink 04 on the skirting and on the woodwork. And in fact, my job, now that I'm home, is to do the door behind me. And if I show you here, you can sort of see the difference. We've got the skirting that's a little, come on camera, there you go, the skirting's a little more, and even on my camera now it looks a little more muted. It looks lovely. So when we get some furniture in here, we need to do, I think, one more coat on the window frame that Sarah's now doing. And I will undercoat the door and do the door. And just like that, our little girl's room is painted. I can't take much of the credit, I just did the door. I have to say I did a very good job with the door though. Look at it. Do you know what, it looks really, really beautiful on camera, but it looks much nicer in person. Like the pink on the walls is a bit like peachy, and then slightly kind of greyish on the doors and the woodworks and the window. We decided to paint the radiator in the end the same colour as the walls rather than the same colour as the woodwork, because actually I think it's got quite a nice, there'd be a lot of that pink all in this one area otherwise. But Sarah and her friends have done a great job, and I am eternally grateful. I was off enjoying a wedding and these guys painted my little girl's room.
I feel like I can't even really take the credit myself, because both of them, although left, I may have got on the ladder.
Well, yeah, I found Sarah last night. When I got back last night, and I did a quick coat on the door and was just kind of pottering around doing a bit of edging and stuff like that. And then I was like, okay, let's down tools now, because we didn't have any electricity in here because the plasters have taken off all the light switches and everything. So they're only just on now, and it got quite dark. And I found Sarah painting the door, and I was like, leave it, because you can't see what you're doing, and you're pregnant, and you need to stop. And 8 PM I found her still painting.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really even take much credit myself. I think I said this earlier on in the video. I'm just eternally grateful for having such lovely friends that came and did it all.
Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. So this one's gone on for long enough, this video already. And what I don't want to do now is add in all the furniture which arrives in a few days' time and make this video last eternity. So I'm going to end this video decorating, and then I'll start another video actually in a few minutes' time because we're going to start putting furniture up. But I love it. Thanks very much to Lick for gifting Sarah and I the paint. They're actually working with us throughout the house. It's only on a gifting basis. I know the PR there, so they are just giving us the paint, which is very kind of them. But not only that, they're giving us some time. So we had Tash, who was like, I'm not sure what her job title is, but we've talked through, she's come over to visit the house, we've talked through what we want for the house, and I had like a mood board type vibe and told her about like the colours that me and Sarah were kind of into. And she went away and actually compiled a bunch of options for us. And so far, this is room number 1, but she's done amazingly well. So big love to those guys. Thank you very much for watching. It's getting exciting now. I don't know, did I just tell the camera or did I tell my Instagram about the baby? No, that was Instagram.
I can't keep up.
We literally went to the...
You're such a vlogger. You've got so many channels. Tell Pinterest, tweet it.
We went to the midwife earlier today, and we're at week 35 tomorrow, so technically still week 34, and the baby's head is already partially engaged, so we're looking like we might have a slightly early labour, which is not a bad thing by any means, as long as the house is ready. At week 37, you're technically at full term, so...
Week 37, nobody goes anywhere.
Yeah, so week 37, we're kind of bracing ourselves. That's a fortnight's time, so battle stations with getting everything painted and getting everything ready. But thanks very much for watching. It's been a real bloody journey so far. This is the first room that we can kind of like sign off, and I feel so relieved because it's been like 3 months of just toil is what it's been. But we're there.